The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchor man, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. And in today's newscast, we have all kinds of exciting stories for you guys from AutoTune 11. We've got more rap beef. We've got a freebie for you, kind of, maybe, not really, but kind of. But our top story today comes from Arturia. It looks like Arturia just dropped a brand new stage piano called the Astrolab, and this thing looks fire. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So the Astrolab is going to look like this when you get it. What is the Astrolab, you may ask? Well, this is basically for performing. So this is your stage piano. This thing comes with over 1,300 different presets in it. It looks amazing, but you can also pair it with like analog labs and all that good stuff. So as you see here, Astrolab is an instrument built for the modern age and designed for musicians and producers who seek more creative freedom. With 34 instruments to choose from and over 1,300 presets, discover a constellation of essential sounds, iconic synths, modern textures never before heard in a performance keyboard. So that is one thing that makes this thing super fire, is just that you can make presets like in all of the Arturia V collection stuff. And then you can transport them over to the board and then use them in all your performances and stuff like that. Super solid. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the Arturia preview video. Yo, that board though, y'all aren't going to tell me this thing don't look pretty. It does look nice. I like the wood grain on the side too as well. So with this thing, what's cool is you're going to get this little screen here in the middle. That little screen, you can actually turn the dial to go through different presets. So it's like a little, turnable dial, which is cool. Again, you're going to get over 1,300 different sounds instantly. So you're going to get to work with a whole bunch of stuff in the Arturia V collection, which is pretty solid. It is 61 keys. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I want to make sure I mention that. And the price on this is $1,599 American. So again, this is what this thing looks like. Very beautiful. Here's what your screen's going to look like. So as you see here, they've got a bunch of different artist collections in here too, which is pretty solid. So you're going to be able to scroll through different instruments, different types. So you see here, they've got all the instruments. You've got different ways to scroll, from like modulation, the way that the bass is, just a lot of different ways in order to search for what you're looking for. So just a very solid, intuitive device, it looks like. You're also going to get a few different macros on there. So the macros, and you're going to get 4 different effects controls. So as you're looking at the board, those controls are all going to be over here. You're also going to get multi-instruments, so you can put different instruments on the keyboard. So you can be playing, a couple different instruments at the same time, which is nice. You get chord scale and art mode. You can loop and record. It also has a vocoder. So it just has a lot going on. Definitely something I would recommend checking out. Not going to lie to you guys, I'm actually going to get one of these. So sometime next week, I'll actually put together my initial impressions on the board. Let me know below in the comments if this is a stage piano that you would think about grabbing, or you'd grab a different one. In breaking news,
it's time to do this.
The light-skinned community has taken a major blow with rapper J.Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar for a diss track. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So as we see here, J.Cole, or AKA J. Cole, apologized to Kendrick after making a diss track about him called 7 Minute Drill. Basically, this is what the apology says. It says, I was conflicted because one, I know my heart, I know how I feel about my peers. These two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, referring to the big three, K Dot and Drake and himself. So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bruh, I don't even feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. Cole went on to praise Kendrick, saying this shit disrupts my effing peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is that in the midst of me doing that, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest to ever do it. So unfortunately, J. Cole has let us all down, apologizing over a diss track that was a response to a diss track made to you. Tupac is rolling over in his grave right now. Every battle rapper who has ever made any diss track is shaking their fist at J. Cole profusely right now, because that ain't it, Cole. That ain't it. In our next story today, guys, I've got a freebie for you guys today. Well, kind of. Well, maybe in the future. Or maybe one day we might get it. This one comes from Behringer. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So as we see here, Behringer releases free vintage synthesizer plugin, but there is a twist. So as you see here, it's kind of got a sequential profit kind of feel to it. And so with this thing, it's a profit-inspired synth that Behringer states they modeled on the analog circuitry of iconic vintage synths. However, there is a problem. When you try to go and grab this thing, the link is down. So Behringer released a free plugin for us yesterday, and they already took it down off the website. So there's a lot of speculation as to what's happening. And this comment section's kind of got me cracking up. One of the comments says right here, people said it looked too much like Tone 2 product, and the company got involved and is currently looking into copyright infringements. So he's like, yeah, I saw this too at first. This had me dead right here, though. Bah, Behringer. They must have stole the code from another developer. Hate this business and their business model. And then this person down here is like, stole code. I don't get it. You know, because they steal everything. So they stole the code for the plugin. Didn't get it. Wasn't funny to you as it was to me. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so I don't know if we're ever going to get this free plugin from Behringer. I don't know if this is what's going to be Behringer's model moving forward, where they might just give us free plugins or whatever it is, because they're saying it's going to be in a suite of free plugins. So I guess we don't know. We waited a long time for this plugin, Behringer. I guess we can wait a little bit longer. All right, guys, I've got more breaking news at the time of recording this video. It looks like Antares just dropped AutoTune 11 as I was going to sit down and record. So we're going to read this story together. So I don't know anything about this yet. So let's go ahead and take a look over here at Gear News. And it basically says Antares AutoTune Pro 11 arrives with exciting new features. The latest version of the flagship vocal tuning software, AutoTune 11, expands its features with harmony creation and more. So this is what it's going to look like. As we can see, you know, it's got the AutoTune look here. Let's go ahead and see what some of the new features are. So now with version 11, the Pro Edition, later polyphonic harmonies are possible. With new 4-part harmony player. Furthermore, you have the ability to trigger each of the 4 harmonies via MIDI without latency, and the mix the voice within the AutoTune plugin. So that's pretty fire. You can do harmonies, mixing, and all that stuff inside of AutoTune. I don't know if y'all just heard my neighbor start up his car, but that thing sounds like it's got a V37 in it. The engine's loud. But each harmony has 11 different parameters for adjusting format, shape, volume, and panning. What's more, you can edit the audio using additional controls within the harmony player. Here you can shape the sound precisely with the envelope, an EQ, and a gate. And you can also adjust the stereo width without using more plugins in your DAW. That's pretty solid right there. I'm not going to lie. I wonder how CPU intensive this plugin is going to be, since it's going to be a whole bunch of different effects and one that you can mess with. But let's go ahead and take a look here. It says some more improvements that have taken place in other areas too, such as auto mode and graph mode. For example, the editing workflow is more streamlined with faster navigation and zooming for more precise overall control. Meanwhile, graph mode now features a helpful intro aid to help you familiarize yourself with the interface as a new user. So that's pretty solid. You can now get it over at Thomann. I don't know what the price of this is. It doesn't say, but it's probably about $200 or something like that, or you have to get a subscription. I don't have those answers, but you know, with AutoTune stuff, you can always get a free trial. So I recommend getting that free trial, checking this thing out and trying it out and seeing if it's something that you like. Do you guys remember the mystery synthesizer at the Super Bowl by Moog? The same one that Andrew Wong teased a few days later. Well, it looks like they have changed the name of it from Mirror to Muse. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. So as we see here, we've got some more pictures of the synthesizer. So right here is kind of what it's going to look like. As you see here, it's going to be called the Muse. It's an 8-voice polyphonic analog synthesizer. Looks pretty solid. And then here's just some more pictures of it right here. So I know there's been a lot of speculation about what this thing's going to do. But like I said before, it is now called the Muse. So again, here were some pictures of it. Here was Andrew Wong with it. This thing looks fire. It looks better here than it looks like what these pictures look like. Don't do it justice. And then here was it at the Super Bowl. So this synthesizer is coming soon. I don't know when. I don't know how long. I don't know when the date is. Moog, if you're seeing this, I wouldn't mind checking it out, though, when you do get it. But I guess that's what I got for you guys today in the newscast. Hopefully, I can help you guys out with any of these stories or anything like that. Make sure if you guys do like the content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe to that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you could be the first to see. Signing off as your anchor man, something. Hit the keys. Until next time, peace.
Some. Hit the keys.